Alright guys, thought I'd do another quick update video. If you watched the last one, you'd know I was short ETH BTC. I was long Bitcoin, short ETH. It kind of played out as a good trade. I'm out of the Bitcoin long now. I closed 50% around here and closed the rest last night down here. Now I'm net short ETH from about 15.45 is my entry on ETH. Where I'm looking at it now, if it stays below this level, I kind of think that it's done. Lost some momentum and dropped off. Needs to reclaim this level. If it does, I think it could have a push back up into here, take out these highs. Not the best highs. Same on ETH, not the best highs. And what was I going to say? Good video. So yeah, one thing I'm looking at, which is interesting. I don't know if you guys remember, but back in November, I made a call that Bitcoin would have a 12% false breakout followed by a nuke back through value. And people asked me, how did you come about that suggestion? And basically, it's based on past data of false breakouts on Bitcoin usually are around average 12%. If we go to 6 hour, we've got this SR flip, it's around 11% now. So basically, if you're bullish, this is the level it needs to hold really. For me, like when you get a momentum breakout of a range, this sort of initiation phase here, where price marks up out of value, you really want to see it wick into here and have quite a strong reaction. You don't, like for me, targeting re-entering along here after a range break is kind of quite poor expected value. Actually, the probability is not that great. You really want to see it react before the sort of retest of value, because usually if it retests value, it means it's a false breakout and we end up reverting all the way back into the point of control. So it's something to bear in mind. Point of control is pretty obvious. It's around here. So if you're bullish, you really want to see it get back above this 23k level, and then we can target sweeping highs. If it consolidates below here, you're obviously going to get some sort of reaction here, but based on previous instances of failed breakouts, I'd say if it fails here, it's going to come all the way back down to the POC, in my opinion, based on what's happened in the past. Similar story with ETH. ETH looks actually much worse in my opinion. It's kind of an ugly profile on ETH, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of the entire structure. It looks like shit. But it kind of broke its trend. It's consolidating below this large value area. So similar story. If it stays below here, I think ETH going to get quite a swift move all the way back down into the week open. Like I said on the last video, week open drives are usually quite baity, and it usually indicates that it's setting up for a trap, and we end up trading back below the week open. So this is a target for me on ETH. My validation is if it closes back inside this value area, then I think it'll take the highs. It could be one of these instances where it reaccepts, retests this trend line, gets everyone bullish because it broke the highs, and then it fails. So that's one possibility. But at the minute, as long as it's consolidated below here, targeting a week open. But the problem with ETH, oops, that's ETC. Get hands so fucking excited. The problem with ETH so ugly. Like, it had this big initial balance here. I kind of was expecting us to sweep this yesterday and clean it up, but it failed before it got there. And now it's below this value area. It looks like it's struggling slightly. And the problem is, if it doesn't hold where it is now, if it doesn't hold this 1470 structurally, it's got this poor week open, quite inefficient. This is the only real value built up in the range. This is such a weak structure that if it does fail here, I think there's a real good probability that it reverts all the way back down into this level here, to be honest. But we'll take it a level at a time. The initial target for me is around here, 1330. So I think that clears up everything I wanted to say. pretty clear. ETH BTC short was nice. And now hopefully just get to ride this ETH short down. So hope that's useful for you guys. Hope it's clear. Enjoy your day trading. And thanks to Delta Exchange for sponsoring my content. Check them out in the description. Thanks a lot, guys.